Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you a training video that I created for an event that I was part of a couple of weeks back. The event was run by Sarah Steckler from Mindful Productivity. I will drop her details in the description box below. And essentially she ran a week of trainings all about productivity and planning. Now this video, the focus of this video is all about how to use creativity and journaling, my areas of expertise, to slow down and calm down and really refocus ourselves when we just need to focus on things, but there's just so much going on. So I thought I would upload this video to my channel so that you guys can enjoy the training as well. So hope you enjoy it. You know what it's like. You have a to-do list the length of your arm. You are mega busy and it all just starts to feel so overwhelming. In this training, I am going to show you how to use journaling and creativity to slow down and refocus when it all starts to feel a bit too much. Firstly, let me start by introducing myself. I'm Carly Victoria. I'm a creative life coach and positive psychology practitioner. I am on a mission to help people ditch social expectations and empower them to live a life on their own terms, to create a life that they truly love. I specialise in using creative methods and specifically journaling as well to really help my clients and all the people that I work with to get beneath the surface and really understand what it is that we want to do with our time on this planet. What do we really want to do with the time that we have here? And how do we want to live a life that we truly love? Creativity and journaling are such powerful tools, and that's why I use them in all of the work that I do. Now I'm going to be sharing a bit more information about why they're so powerful, and like if they're used in the right way, how they can really help you with so many different areas of your life. So let's get stuck in. So I want to start by sharing with you why I feel and know, I guess, that journaling and creativity are such powerful tools and how we can use them in the right ways to really harness their power. Creativity encompasses quite a lot of things. Now what we're talking about here is journaling, which comes underneath that umbrella, but also other things such as doodling, drawing, watercolours, brain dumps, collage, anything that we use a different type of media to create something new. When we're creative, we're bringing something new into being. And that's why it's so powerful, because it helps us to access areas of our mind and even our body that we didn't know we could access through these types of activities and exercises, which I will share a bit more with you in a little while. So, as I said already, creativity encompasses a whole host of different things. Now, for the purposes of this video, we're going to be mainly talking about journaling and also the use of various types of creative media. So painting, doodling, drawing, brain dumps, collaging, using different coloured pens and pencils, and quite the simplistic use of creativity. Obviously creativity can mean so much more than that. It can be creating masterpieces, it can be music, it can be dance, it can be drama, so much. But for the purposes of this video, we're talking about writing, journaling, and the use of creating something on a page in front of you with whatever means suits you. And what we're going to look at is how we can use this creativity and creative exercises to really unearth some interesting things and take what's in here and get it onto the page in front of you. And I really just want to touch very briefly on perfectionism here. Because when it comes to creativity, and a lot of people that I work with, they feel like what they're creating has to be perfect, or it has to look a certain way, or it has to be good, shall we say. But that's not what this is about. The work that I do, the creative exercises that I'm going to share with you, it's more about the process and actually enjoying what you're doing and gaining the benefits from that, and actually understanding what more about what you need and discovering that in the exercises, because actually it's not about whatever it is you've created on the page in front of you looks like. It's not about that. And that's where we say we leave perfectionism at the door with these exercises, because perfectionism can cause us all sorts of issues when it comes to actually reaping the benefits of these exercises. Okay, so I just want to share with you some of the reasons and benefits of why using journaling and creativity in our life is going to help us and is so important and powerful. So firstly, journaling. I mean, you've probably heard this before, but journaling is so powerful. When we write things down, we actually allow ourselves to gain new perspectives on things, and also we enable ourselves to uncover new meanings around things and develop new meanings and have so many light bulb moments in our writing on the page in front of us. One of the huge benefits for me of writing is that we can be honest and open in our journal, and we can offload whatever it is that we need to without anyone's opinions or advice or suggestions coming back to us from the page. When we write on that page, it gets sucked in and that's it. It doesn't come back at us. And I think that is such a powerful trait of journaling. So both journaling and creativity enable us to see our problems from different perspectives and view them in different ways, and actually open our mind to the problems that we're facing a bit more. And rather than having like that tunnel vision that you can sometimes have in a conversation, when we write or when we draw or doodle or whatever it is we're doing, it actually enables us to kind of create new pathways and new narratives around the issues or problems that we're facing and that we're trying to solve. And it opens our mind in so many different ways to really try to solve our problems. It also helps us to see the bigger picture, to almost take a step back and kind of look down at what it is that we're dealing with. And again, I've used this word many times, but gain that different perspective and see things for what they are, rather than, just getting so caught up in whatever it is we're getting caught up in. It enables us that kind of wider overview and looking at it from like a bigger picture viewpoint. And it's a mood booster. It relieves our stress and it improves positivity, and that goes for journaling and creativity. When it comes to journaling and actually creativity as well, but the actual physical movement of writing, painting, whatever that is, it actually slows down the activity in our amygdala, which is the area of the brain which is responsible for regulating our emotions. So there is science behind this. It actually helps us to calm down, slow down, and that's why I want to share this with you in this training today. Sometimes life, work, running a business, being an entrepreneur, living in the world that we're living in now can feel so overwhelming. It can feel like we have 1,000,001 things to do. We may well have 1,000,001 things to do, and our brain just feels overwhelmed. It can feel like we're drowning in to-do lists and tasks and deadlines and God knows what else, house chores, all of the things that we need to do to exist. It can just feel like a lot. And we need to figure out a way how to manage everything that's going on in our brain, how to organize all of this noise, all of these things that are pinging around in our brain. How can we manage that, organize it, and figure out a way so that as we move forwards, it doesn't feel so overwhelming. And this is the exercises that I want to share with you today that are going to help you to do that. because sometimes just talking about these things with other people can actually make it feel a little bit more overwhelming and can actually cause us to get a little bit confused or even more like stressed with all the things that we then realize we've got to do. So when it comes to organizing our brain and figuring out the best way to move forwards, that's where journaling and creativity enter. They enter the room here at this point. And I'm going to share some of my go-to exercises that I use when I am feeling the overwhelm well and truly in there. Okay, so I want to start with the first exercise that I do, and that is a creative expression exercise. And it's a very simple exercise, and it's designed to calm you down and just kind of slow you down, to get you to a place where things start to feel a bit less overwhelming in your mind. And it's a mindfulness exercise, essentially. Now, this exercise can take 10 to 15 minutes. It can be slightly more, it can be slightly less. You want to aim for at least 10 minutes, I would say. This can feel like a struggle when we feel like we've got 1,000,001 things to do, but this is going to help you. It's almost a bit like that "you can't pour from an empty cup" saying. Like, if you can make the time to do this, it's going to help you to move forwards in a more productive way. So this is the thing that I do first. As I said, it takes me about 10 to 15 minutes, and it just takes that kind of stress, anxiety, overwhelm down a notch. And it just kind of brings me down to a bit more of a calmer mindset. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of like a sneak peek into what this looks like for me, but I really want you to remember this can look different for you. The guidance I have here is that you put on some tunes, put on your favorite playlist, and you just allow yourself to express whatever it is you're feeling onto the page in front of you. Now, you can use collaging bits for this. You can use watercolors. Watercolors is my go-to. You can use felt tip pens, crayons, pencils, whatever it is. It might even be that you get one of your coloring books out. If you've got, those mindful coloring books, they can help as well. You can start with a blank page, or you can start with something that's going to help you to get that mind full time. So I'm going to show you just 2 examples here, one with watercolor and one with collage. Okay, so hopefully you can see from those time-lapse videos that this is about finding that time to just be and enjoy the process. Now, if creativity is something that stresses you out, because it does for a lot of people, then find something that works for you. So whether that is cuttings, so you're not actually using, your pens, and you're not trying to draw things if you don't feel that you're very good at drawing. But what I want to stress is this isn't necessarily about being a creative. This is just about expressing and using the mindfulness time, okay? It's not about creating a work of art. It's not about creating something that's going to get put up in the Tate or you're going to sell for millions of pounds. This is about doing something to express and get yourself to a calm state. And then once I've gotten myself down the notch and I'm on that kind of bit more of a neutral feeling and I'm feeling a bit more calm, I get my journal out and I ask myself some hard questions. I start with my favorite journaling prompt, which is, how am I feeling right now? And I don't just skim the surface, I go deep. I allow myself that permission to go deep and offload onto the page in front of me. So how am I feeling right now is the first question that I'll ask myself. Then I ask myself, what do I need right now? What do I need right now? And again, I go deep with that question. Following this one, I'll ask myself, what do I need to let go of right now? What do I need to let go of right now? Once again, I'm gonna go deep. None of this skimming the surface business. The power lies in going deep, being honest, and being raw on the page. That is where the power lies when it comes to journaling. And then I ask myself, what are my next steps? What do I need to do to move forward from this point? How can I organize my thoughts? So hopefully what will have happened is you've slowed yourself right down. You've written about how you're feeling. You've written about what you need and what you need to let go of. So hopefully what we've done there is we've cleared out some of this noise. And actually, if you imagine like a white noise, old school TV, static screen, I'll put an image of one here, that static is gradually clearing, and your path and your vision and your thoughts, they're all starting to become a bit more clearer. And then what I do following this is I get a big piece of A3 card. I like to use black card because then I can use fancy metallic pens and white pens and all sorts, but you can use any color card you like. And I create a plan. So what started as a complete overwhelm with 1,000,001 things going on in my head has now ended in an action plan. So off the back of that final journal prompt, which is like, what do I need to do next? What is my action plan? What action steps do I need to take? We then formulate that plan on an A3 bit of card or whatever suits you. You might have a planner, you might have a Notion that you use. I love Notion and I use it for this kind of stuff, but I start on paper first. I start with it in physical form in front of me first, and then I transfer it onto the computer. So then you've created an action plan off the back of all of the things that you've done. Now, what I would say here and what I want to add is that we've kind of done the whole process here, but please use each of these individual kind of items on their own as and when you need to. So if you just want to slow down and you just want to have some mindful time, get out your arts and crafts and your creative methods or whatever it is, and just calm yourself down. And the same goes for journaling. Journaling is a calming tool as well, and just use it as and when you need to. And actually, if you're already at the point where it's kind of a bit clearer in here, then get your action plan out. Get your A3 card or whatever it looks like for you and create that action plan. And what you want to do is you want to like get all of this out of here and onto the page, and you want to just kind of make sense of it and have it in front of you so that you can make that plan and you can start taking action and you can start moving forwards. Because what happens when we feel overwhelmed and when we feel like it's all a bit too much is that we end up kind of getting analysis paralysis, because there's just so much going on and it just feels too much. So then we end up going, well, I just can't do any of it. So the aim of the game here is to start by calming yourself down, figuring out what you need to do next, creating an action plan, and then following through with that plan. And I think what is also important to add is that when you ask yourself what you need more of right now, that can be slowing down, that can be more creative time, it could be getting out in nature, it could be I need a bath, I haven't had a bath in forever. But it also can be, you know, I need to do XYZ, or, you know, it's just figuring out what's missing and what's going to help you to figure out where you need to go next. So whether that is filling up your cup, whether that is more self-care, or whether that is reading this book that I've been meaning to read for ages, it's going to help me then start this new project, whatever it looks like. It's just figuring it out and then actually following through with it and doing it and welcoming that into your life, bringing that into your life. And then again, when it's like, what do I need to let go of? Well, I need to let go of putting so much pressure on myself to get these things done, or I need to let go of these certain expectations of me. I need to let go of the need to do this, this, and this. So it's just about being kind to yourself and using these exercises to really go beneath the surface and figure out what it is that's going to help you slow down and that's going to help you get refocused and get to where you want to be. Now, I really hope that you've found this training beneficial and helpful. I really hope that these creative exercises, these journaling exercises, will help you to slow down, to work through your overwhelm, and to find that restorative refocus that you need in order to be the most productive version of you. So thank you so much for tuning in to this training, and I will see you all very soon.